नमस्कार दोस्तों, डीजी क्वेश्चन बैंक में आपका स्वागत है। आज के इस वीडियो में हम आपके साथ यूपीएससी आईएएस प्रीलिम्स जीएस 1 का क्वेश्चन पेपर विद आंसर की शेयर करेंगे। यूपीएससी प्रीलिम्स में दो पेपर होते हैं, जीएस 1 और जीएस 2। जीएस 1 में 100 क्वेश्चन होते हैं और यह 200 नंबर का क्वेश्चन पेपर होता है, और जीएस 2 जिसे सीसेट भी कहते हैं, यह भी 200 मार्क्स का होता है। ये क्वेश्चन पेपर दो भाषाओं में होते हैं, हिंदी और इंग्लिश, और हमने भी अपने वीडियो दोनों ही भाषाओं में बनाए हैं। आप दोनों में से जिस भी भाषा में देखना चाहें, आप हमारा वीडियो देख सकते हैं। तो आइए शुरू करते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, रैपिड फाइनेंसिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट एंड रैपिड क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी आर रिलेटेड टू द प्रोविजंस ऑफ लीडिंग बाय विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग? द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, with reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. Number 1, an increase in national effective exchange rate (NEER) indicates the appreciation of rupee. Number 2, an increase in the real effective exchange rate (REER) indicates an improvement in trade competitiveness. Number 3, an increasing trend in domestic inflation relative to inflation in other countries is likely to cause an increasing divergence between NEER and REER. Which of the above statement are correct? The correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Question number 3. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. 1. If the inflation is too high, Reserve Bank of India (RBI) is likely to buy government securities. Number 2. If the rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. Number 3. If interest rates in the USA or European Union were to fall, that is likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 and 3 only. Question number 4. With reference to the G20 Common Framework, consider the following statements. 1. It is an initiative endorsed by the G20 together with the Paris Club. 2. It is an initiative to support low-income countries with unsustainable debt. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Question number 5. With reference to the Indian economy, what are the advantages of inflation indexed bonds (IIBs)? Number 1. Government can reduce the coupon rates on its borrowing by way of IIBs. Number 2. IIBs provide protection to the investors from uncertainty regarding inflation. Number 3. The interest received as well as capital gains on IIBs are not taxable. Which of the statement given above are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 6. With reference to foreign-owned e-commerce firms operating in India, which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. They can sell their own goods in addition to offering their platforms as marketplaces. Number 2. The degree of which they can own big sellers on their platforms is limited. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 7. Which of the following activities constitute real sector in the economy? 1. Farmers harvesting their crops. 2. Textile mills converting raw cotton into fabrics. 3. A commercial bank lending money to a trading company. 4. A corporate body issuing rupee-denominated bonds overseas. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 8. Which one of the following situations best reflects indirect transfers, often talked about in media recently with reference to India? The correct answer is option D. A foreign company transfers shares and such shares derive their substantial value from assets located in India. Question number 9. With reference to the expenditure made by an organization or a company, which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. Acquiring new technology is capital expenditure. Number 2. Debt financing is considered capital expenditure, while equity financing is considered revenue expenditure. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Question number 10. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. Number 1. A share of the household financial savings goes towards government borrowings. Number 2. Dated securities issued at market-related rates in auction form a large component of internal debts. Which of the above statements is or are correct? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Question number 11. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Pursuant to the report of H.N. Sanyal Committee, the Contempt of Courts Act 1971 was passed. Number 2. The Constitution of India empowers the Supreme Court and the High Courts to punish for contempt of themselves. Number 3. The Constitution of India defines civil contempt and criminal contempt. Number 4. In India, the Parliament is vested with the powers to make laws on contempt of court. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, 1, 2 and 4. Question number 12. With reference to India, consider the following statements. Number 1. Government law officers and legal firms are recognized as advocates, but corporate lawyers and patent attorneys are excluded from recognition as advocates. Number 2. Bar Council have the power to lay down the rules relating to legal education and recognition of law colleges. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 13. Consider the following statements. Number 1. A bill amending the Constitution requires a prior recommendation of the President of India. Number 2. When a Constitution amendment bill is presented to the President of India, it is obligatory for the President of India to give his or her assent. Number 3. A Constitution amendment bill must be passed by both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha by a special majority, and there is no provision for joint sitting. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 and 3 only. Question number 14. Consider the following statements. Number 1. The Constitution of India classifies the ministers into 4 ranks, viz. Cabinet Minister, Minister of State with independent charge, Minister of State and Deputy Minister. Number 2. The total number of ministers in the Union government, including the Prime Minister, shall not exceed 15% of the total number of members in the Lok Sabha. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 15. Which of the following is or are the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha? Number 1. To ratify the declaration of emergency. Number 2. To pass a motion of no confidence against the Council of Ministers. Number 3. To impeach the President of India. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 16. With reference to anti-defection law in India, consider the following statements. Number 1. The law specifies that a nominated legislator cannot join any political party within 6 months of being appointed to the House. Number 2. The law does not provide any time frame within which the presiding officer has to decide a defection case. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 17. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Attorney General of India and Solicitor General of India are the only officers of the government who are allowed to participate in the meeting of the Parliament of India. Number 2. According to the Constitution of India, the Attorney General of India submits his resignation when the government which appointed him resigns. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Question number 18. With reference to the writs issued by the courts in India, consider the following statements. Number 1. Mandamus will not lie against a private organization unless it is entrusted with a public duty. Number 2. Mandamus will not lie against a company even though it may be a government company. Number 3. Any public-minded person can be a petitioner to move the court to obtain the writ of quo warranto. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option C, 1 and 3 only. Number 19. With reference to Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, consider the following statements. Number 1. Private and public hospitals must adopt it. Number 2. As it aims to achieve universal health coverage, every citizen of India should be part of it ultimately. Number 3. It has seamless portability across the country. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 20. With reference to Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. Number 1. As per the rules of procedure and conduct of business in Lok Sabha, the election of deputy speaker shall be held on such date as the speaker may fix. Number 2, there is a mandatory provision that the election of a candidate as deputy speaker of Lok Sabha shall be from either the principal opposition party or the ruling party. Number 3, the deputy speaker has the same power as the speaker when presiding over the sitting of the house and no appeal lies against his rulings. Number 4, the well-established parliamentary practice regarding the appointment of deputy speaker is that the motion is moved by the speaker and duty seconded by the prime minister. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 3 only. Question number 21. Among the following crops, which one is the most important anthropogenic source of both methane and nitrous oxide? The correct answer is option B, rice. Question number 22. System of rice intensification of cultivation in which alternative wetting and drying of rice fields is practiced. Results is number 1, reduced seed requirement. Number 2, reduced methane production, reduced electricity consumption. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 23. Which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? The correct answer is option B, Lake Fagubin. Question number 24. Gandikota Canyon of South India was created by which one of the following rivers? The correct answer is option C, Pennar. Question number 25. Consider the following pairs. Peak, mountains. Number 1, Namcha Barwa, Garhwal Himalaya. 2, Nanda Devi, Kumaon Himalaya. 3, Nokrek, Sikkim Himalaya. Which of the pair given above is or are correctly matched? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 26. The term Levant, often heard in the news, roughly corresponds to which of the following regions? The correct answer is option A, region along the eastern Mediterranean shores. Question number 27. Consider the following countries. 1, Azerbaijan. 2, Kyrgyzstan. 3, Tajikistan. 4, Turkmenistan. 5, Uzbekistan. Which of the above have borders with Afghanistan? The correct answer is option C, 3, 4 and 5 only. Question number 28. With reference to India, consider the following statements. Number 1, monazite is a source of rare earths. Number 2, monazite contains thorium. Number 3, monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sands in India. Number 4, in India, government bodies only can process or export monazite. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B, 1, 2 and 4 only. Question number 29. In the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs in the correct answer is option B, second half of the month of June. Question number 30. Consider the following pairs. Wetland or lake. Location. Hokra wetland, Punjab. Renuka wetland, Himachal Pradesh. Rudra Sagar lake, Tripura. Sasthamkota lake, Tamil Nadu. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? The correct answer is option B, only 2 pairs. Question number 31. Consider the following. Number 1, Arogya Setu. Number 2, Cowin. Number 3, DigiLocker. Number 4, Diksha. Which of the above are built on top of open source digital platforms? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Question number 32. With reference to Web 3.0, consider the following statements. Number 1, Web 3.0 technology enables people to control their own data. Number 2, in Web 3.0 world, there can be blockchain-based social networks. Number 3, Web 3.0 is operated by users collectively rather than a corporation. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 33. With reference to software as a service, SaaS, consider the following statements. SaaS buyers can customize the user interface and can change data fields. Number 2, SaaS users can access their data through their mobile devices. Number 3, Outlook, Hotmail and Yahoo Mail are forms of SaaS. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 34. Which one of the following statements best reflect the idea behind the fractional orbital bombardment system often talked about in media? The correct answer is option C. A missile is put into a stable orbit around the Earth and deorbits over a target on the Earth. Question number 35. Which one of the following is the context in which the term qubit is mentioned? The correct answer is option B. Quantum computing. Question number 36. Consider the following communication technologies. 1. Closed circuit television. 2. Radio frequency identification. 3. Wireless local area network. Which of the above are considered short-range devices or technologies? The correct answer is option D. 1, 2 and 3. Question number 37. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Biofilms can form on medical implants within human tissues. Number 2. Biofilms can form on food and food processing surfaces. Number 3. Biofilms can exhibit antibiotic resistance. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D. 1, 2 and 3. Question number 38. Consider the following statements in respect of probiotics. Number 1. Probiotics are made of both bacteria and yeast. Number 2. The organisms in probiotics are found in foods we ingest, but they do not naturally occur in our gut. Number 3. Probiotics help in the digestion of milk sugars. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option C. 1 and 3. Question number 39. In the context of vaccines manufactured to prevent COVID-19 pandemic, consider the following statements. Number 1. The Serum Institute of India produced COVID-19 vaccine named Covishield using mRNA platform. Number 2. Sputnik V vaccine is manufactured using vector-based platform. Number 3. Covaxin is an inactivated pathogen-based vaccine. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B. 2 and 3 only. Question number 40. If a major solar storm, solar flare, reaches the Earth, which of the following are possible effects on the Earth? Number 1. GPS and navigation system could fail. Number 2. Tsunami could occur at equatorial regions. Number 3. Power grids could be damaged. Number 4. Intense auroras could occur over much of the Earth. Number 5. Forest fire could take place over much of the planet. Number 6. Orbits of the satellites could be disturbed. Number 7. Shortwave radio communication of the aircraft flying over polar regions could be interrupted. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option C. 1, 3, 4, 6 and 7 only. Question number 41. Climate Action Tracker, which monitors the emission reduction pledges of different countries, is a. The correct answer is option A. Database created by coalition of research organizations. Question number 42. Consider the following statements. Number 1. The Climate Group is an international non-profit organization that drives climate action by building large networks and runs them. Number 2. The International Energy Agencies, in partnership with the Climate Group, launched a global initiative EP100. Number 3. EP100 brings together leading companies committed to driving, innovating in energy efficiency and increasing competitiveness while delivering an emission reduction goals. Number 4. Some Indian companies are members of EP100. Number 5. The International Energy Agency is the secretariat to the Under 2 coalition. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B. 1, 3 and 4 only. Question number 43. If rainforests and tropical forests are the lungs of the earth, then surely wetlands function as its kidneys. Which one of the following functions of wetlands best reflects the above statement? The correct answer is option C. Wetlands play a vital role in maintaining sedimentation balance and soil stabilization. Question number 44. In the context of WHO, air quality guidelines consider the following statements. Number 1. The 24-hour mean of PM 2.5 should not exceed 15 microgram per meter cube and annual mean of PM 2.5 should not exceed 5 microgram per meter cube. Number 2. In a year, the highest level of ozone pollution occurred during the periods of inclement weather. Number 3. PM10 can penetrate the lung barrier and enter the bloodstream. Number 4. Excessive ozone in the air can trigger asthma. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B, 1 and 4 only. Question number 45. With reference to Gucci, sometimes mentioned in the news, consider the following statements. Number 1. It is a fungus. Number 2. It grows in some Himalayan forest areas. Number 3. It is commercially cultivated in the Himalayan foothills of northeastern India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option C, 1 and 2 only. Question number 46. With reference to polyethylene terephthalate, the use of which is so widespread in our daily lives, consider the following statements. Number 1. Its fibers can be blended with wool and cotton fibers to reinforce their properties. Number 2. Containers made of it can be used to store any alcoholic beverage. Number 3. Bottles made of it can be recycled into other products. Number 4. Articles made of it can be easily disposed of by incineration without causing greenhouse gas emissions. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 3. Question number 47. Which of the following is not a bird? The correct answer is option A, golden mahasir. Question number 48. Which of the following are nitrogen fixing plants? Number 1, alfalfa. Number 2, amarnath. Number 3, chickpea. Number 4, clover. Number 5, parsley, kulfa. Number 6, spinach. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option A, 1, 3 and 4 only. Question number 49. Biorock technology is talked about in which one of the following situations? The correct answer is option A, restoration of damaged coral reefs. Question number 50. The Miyawaki method is well known for the correct answer is option C, creation of mini forests in urban areas. Question number 51. In the Government of India Act 1919, the functions of provincial government were divided into reserved and transferred subjects. Which of the following were treated as reserved subjects? Number 1, administration of justice. Number 2, local self-government. Number 3, land revenue. Number 4, police. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option C, 1, 3 and 4. Question number 52. In medieval India, the term fadam referred to. The correct answer is option B, coins. Question number 53. Consider the following freedom fighters. Number 1, Barindra Kumar Ghosh. Number 2, Jogesh Chandra Chatterjee. Number 3, Ras Bihari Bose. Who of the above was or were actively associated with the Gadar party? The correct answer is option D, 3 only. Question number 54. With reference to the proposal of Cripps Mission, consider the following statements. Number 1, the Constituent Assembly would have members nominated by the provincial assemblies as well as the princely states. Number 2, any province which is not prepared to accept the new constitution would have the right to sign a separate agreement with Britain regarding its future status. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 55. With reference to Indian history, consider the following texts. Number 1, Naitip Karna. Number 2, Parishisht Parvana. Number 3, Abdan Shatak. Number 4, Trishisht Lakshan Mahapuran. Which of the above are Jaina texts? The correct answer is option B, 2 and 4 only. Question number 56. With reference to Indian history, consider the following pairs. Historical person known as. Number 1, Aryaveda, Jaina scholar. Number 2, Dignaga, Buddhist scholar. Number 3, Nath Muni, Vaishnav scholar. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? The correct answer is option C, only 2 pairs. Question number 57. With reference to Indian history, consider the following statements. Number 1, the first Mongol invasion of India happened during the region of Jalaluddin Khilji. Number 2, during the region of Alauddin Khilji. One Mongol assault marched up to Delhi and besieged the city. Number 3, Muhammad bin Tughlaq temporarily lost portions of northwest of his kingdom to Mongols. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is Option B, 2 only. Question number 58. With reference to Indian history, who of the following were known as Kulhadaran? The correct answer is option D, Sayyads. Question number 59. With reference to Indian history, consider the following statements. Number 1. The Dutch established their factories or warehouses on the east coast on lands granted to them by Gajpati rulers. Number 2. Alfonso the Albuquerque captured Goa from the Bijapur Sultanate. Number 3. The English East India Company established a factory at Madras on a plot of land leased from a representative of the Vijayanagara Empire. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 and 3 only. Question number 60. According to Kautilya's Arthashastra, which of the following are correct? Number 1. A person could be a slave as a result of judicial punishment. Number 2. If a female slave bore her master a son, she was legally free. Number 3. If a son born to a female slave was fathered by her master, the son was entitled to the legal status of master's son. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 61. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Tight monetary policy of US Federal Reserve could lead to capital flight. Number 2. Capital flight may increase the interest cost of firms with existing external commercial borrowings, ECBs. Number 3. Devaluation of domestic currency decrease the currency risk associated with ECBs. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 62. Consider the following states. Number 1. Andhra Pradesh. Number 2. Kerala. Number 3. Himachal Pradesh. Number 4. Tripura. How many of the above are generally known as tea producing states? The correct answer is option C, only 3 states. Question number 63. Consider the following statements. Number 1. In India, credit rating agencies are regulated by Reserve Bank of India. Number 2. The rating agencies popularly known as ICRA is a public limited company. Number 3. Brickwork Ratings is an Indian credit rating agency. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 and 3 only. Question number 64. With reference to Banks Board Bureau, BBB, which of the following statements are correct? Number 1. The Governor of RBI is the Chairman of BBB. Number 2. BBB recommends for the selection of heads for public sector banks. Number 3. BBB helps the public sector banks in developing strategies and capital raising plans. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option B, 2 and 3 only. Question number 65. With reference to convertible bonds, consider the following statements. Number 1. As there is an option to exchange bond for equity, convertible bonds pay a lower rate of interest. Number 2. The option to convert to equity affords the bondholder a degree of indexation to rising consumer prices. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Question number 66. Consider the following. Number 1. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Number 2. Missile Technology Control Regime. Number 3. Shanghai Cooperation Organization. India is a member of which of the above? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 67. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Vietnam has been one of the fastest growing economies in the world in the recent years. Number 2. Vietnam is led by a multi-party political system. Number 3. Vietnam's economic growth is linked to its integration with global supply chains and focus on exports. Number 4. For a long time, Vietnam's low labor cost and stable exchange rates have attracted global manufacturers. Number 5. Vietnam has the most productive e-service sector in the Indo-Pacific region. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option C, 1, 3 and 4. Question number 68. In India, which one of the following is responsible for maintaining price stability by controlling inflation? The correct answer is option D, Reserve Bank of India. Question number 69. With reference to non-fungible tokens, NFTs, consider the following statements. Number 1. they enable the digital representation of physical assets. Number 2, they are unique cryptographic tokens that exist on a blockchain. Number 3, they can be traded or exchanged at equivalency and therefore can be used as a medium of commercial transactions. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 70. Consider the following pairs: reservoirs, states. Number 1, Ghat Prabha, Telangana. Number 2, Gandhi Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. Number 3, Indira Sagar, Andhra Pradesh. Number 4, Mathon, Chhattisgarh. How many pairs given above are not correctly matched? The correct answer is option C, only 3 pairs. Question number 71. In India, which one of the following compiles information on industrial disputes, closures, retrenchments and layoff in factories employing workers? The correct answer is option C, Labour Bureau. Question number 72. In India, what is the role of the Coal Controllers Organization, CCO? Number 1, CCO is the major source of coal statistics in Government of India. Number 2, it monitors progress of development of captive coal or lignite blocks. Number 3, it hears any objections to the government's notification relating to acquisition of coal-bearing areas. Number 4, it ensures that coal mining companies deliver the coal to end users in the prescribed time. Select the correct answers using the code given below. The correct answer is option A, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 73. If a particular area is brought under the 5th schedule of the Constitution of India, which one of the following statements best reflects the consequences of it? The correct answer is option A. This would prevent the transfer of land of tribal people to non-tribal people. Question number 74. Consider the following statements. Number 1. The India Sanitation Coalition is a platform to promote sustainable sanitation and is funded by the Government of India and the World Health Organization. Number 2. The National Institute of Urban Affairs is an apex body of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in Government of India and provides innovative solutions to address the challenges of urban India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 75. Which one of the following has been constituted under the Environmental Protection Act 1986? The correct answer is option C, Central Groundwater Authority. Question number 76. With reference to the United Nations Credentials Committee, consider the following statements. Number 1. It is a committee set up by the UN Security Council and works under its supervision. Number 2. It traditionally meets in March, June and September every year. Number 3. It assesses the credentials of all UN members before submitting a report to the General Assembly for approval. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option A, 3 only. Question number 77. Which one of the following statements best describes the polar code? The correct answer is option A. It is the International Code of Safety for ships operating in polar waters. Question number 78. With reference to United Nations General Assembly, consider the following statements. Number 1. The UN General Assembly can grant observer status to non-member states. Number 2. Intergovernmental organization can seek observer status in the UN General Assembly. Number 3. Permanent observers in the UN General Assembly can maintain missions at the UN headquarters. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 79. With reference to the Tea Board in India, consider the following statements. Number 1. The Tea Board is a statutory body. Number 2. It is a regulatory body attached to the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Number 3. The Tea Board's head office is situated in Bengaluru. Number 4. The board has overseas offices at Dubai and Moscow. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1 and 4. Question number 80. Which one of the following best describes the term greenwashing? The correct answer is option A, conveying a false impression that a company's products are eco-friendly and environmentally sound. Question number 81. Consider the following statements. Number 1. High clouds primarily reflect solar radiation and cool the surface of the earth. Number 2. Low clouds have a high absorption of infrared radiation emanating from the Earth's surface and thus cause warming effect. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, neither one nor two. Question number 82. Consider the following statements. BDBD is a large refugee settlement in northwestern Kenya. Number 2. Some people who fled from South Sudan civil war live in BDBD. Number 3. Some people who fled from civil war in Somalia live in the Dadaab refugee complex in Kenya. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option C, 2 and 3. Question number 83. Consider the following countries. Number 1. Armenia. Number 2. Azerbaijan. Number 3. Croatia. Number 4. Romania. Number 5. Uzbekistan. Which of the above are members of the Organization of Turkey States? The correct answer is option C, 2 and 5. Question number 84. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Gujarat has the largest solar park in India. Number 2. Kerala has a fully solar powered international airport. Number 3. Goa has the largest floating solar photovoltaic project in India. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question number 85. With reference to the United Nations Convention on the Law of Sea, consider the following statements. Number 1. A coastal state has the right to establish the breadth of its territorial sea up to a limit not exceeding 12 nautical miles measured from baseline determined in accordance with the convention. Number 2. Ships of all states, whether coastal or landlocked, enjoy the right of innocent passage through the territorial sea. Number 3. The exclusive economic zone shall not extend beyond 200 nautical miles from the baseline from which the breadth of the territorial sea is measured. Which of the statements given above are correct? The correct answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Question number 86. Which one of the following statements best reflects the issue with Senkaku Island, sometimes mentioned in the news? The correct answer is option B. China and Japan engage in maritime disputes over these islands in East China Sea. Question number 87. Consider the following pairs. Country. Important reason for being in the news recently. Number 1. Chad. Setting up of permanent military base by China. Number 2. Guinea. Suspension of constitution and government by military. Number 3. Lebanon. Severe and prolonged economic depression. Tunisia. Suspension of parliament by president. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? The correct answer is option C, only 3 pairs. Question number 88. Consider the following pairs. Region often mentioned in the news. Country. Number 1. Anatolia, Turkey. Amhara, Ethiopia. Cabo Delgado, Spain. Catalonia, Italy. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? The correct answer is option B, only 2 pairs. Question number 89. With reference to Indian laws about wildlife protection, consider the following statements. Number 1. Wild animals are the sole property of the government. Number 2. When a wild animal is declared protected, such animal is entitled for equal protection whether it is found in protected areas or outside. Number 3. Apprehension of a protected wild animal becoming a danger to human life is sufficient ground for its capture or killing. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 90. Certain species of which one of the following organisms are well known as cultivators or fungi? The correct answer is option A, ant. Question number 91. Consider the following pairs. Site of Ashoka's major rock edicts. Location in the state of. Number 1. Dholi, Odisha. Number 2. Eragudi, Andhra Pradesh. Number 3. Jogad, Madhya Pradesh. Number 4. Kalsi, Karnataka. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? The correct answer is option B, only 2 pairs. Question number 92. Consider the following pairs. King, dynasty. Number 1. Nanuka, Chandela. Number 2. Jai Shakti, Parmara. Number 3, Nagbhat 2, Gurjar Parithara. Number 4, Bhoj, Rashtrakuta. How many pairs given above are correctly matched? The correct answer is option B, only 2 pairs. Question number 93. Which one of the following statements about Sangam literature in ancient South India is correct? The correct answer is option B. The social classification of Varna was known to Sangam poets. Question number 94. Yog Vashishta was translated into Persian by Nizamuddin Panipati during the region of. The correct answer is option A, Akbar. Question number 95. The world's second tallest statue in sitting pose of Ramanuja was inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India at Hyderabad recently. Which one of the following statements correctly represents the teachings of Ramanuja? The correct answer is option A. The best means of salvation was devotion. Question number 96. The Prime Minister recently inaugurated the new circuit house near Somnath Temple at Veraval. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Somnath Temple? Number 1. Somnath Temple is one of the Jyotirlinga shrines. Number 2. The description of Somnath Temple was given by Al-Biruni. Number 3. Pran Pratishtha of Somnath Temple, installation of the present-day temple, was done by President S. Radhakrishnan. Select the correct answer using the code given below. The correct answer is option A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 97. Which one of the following statements best describes the role of B cells and T cells in the human body? The correct answer is option D. They protect the body from the diseases caused by pathogens. Question number 98. Consider the following statements. Number 1. Other than those made by humans, nanoparticles do not exist in nature. Number 2. Nanoparticles of some metallic oxides are used in the manufacture of some cosmetics. Number 3. Nanoparticles of some commercial products which enter the environment are unsafe for humans. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, 2 and 3. Question number 99. Consider the following statements. DNA barcoding can be a tool to. Number 1. Assess the age of a plant or animal. Number 2. Distinguish among species that look alike. Number 3. Identify undesirable animal or plant materials in processed foods. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? The correct answer is option D, 2 and 3. Question number 100. Consider the following. Number 1. Carbon monoxide. Number 2. Nitrogen oxide. Number 3. Ozone. Number 4. Sulfur dioxide. Excess of which of the above in the environmental is or are causes of acid rain? The correct answer is option B, 2 and 4 only. Thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe.